Thanksgiving boomer convo incoming. So had a conversation with my step-aunt at the table and this is what was said. Her. I heard you lost your job last month. Me. Yup. Still looking. Her. Why don't you switch career fields? Me. I would, but I'd be starting at the bottom and I'm already very seasoned in my profession. I'd have to take a massive pay cut and couldn't afford to live. Her. I had to change careers multiple times. Note. She's a millionaire stock investor and has been for over 20 years. Me. If I change careers I literally can't even feed myself. Her. I don't understand. Me. My bills are $4,000 a month. If I make less I can't survive. Her. I still don't get it. Me. Okay, here's an example. If I make $3,000 a month, where does that other $1,000 come from so I can eat? Her. You need to cut back on your bills. Me. Which one's my mortgage or student loans? Her. I dunno, sometimes it's still worth the struggle. Jesus FN Christ, these people are so out of touch with reality. FYI. I never told her I make great money on the stock market like she does just to get her boomer reaction to my problem with her logic. I do love my work and also need benefits for myself and my son. Rant over. FML. How do you make a living when you can't even do basic math? My mom used to talk like this. Then she moved states and had to actually apply for jobs for the first time since the 80s. Within 2 weeks she apologized to me for everything she'd said. Nothing breaks your spirit like having to spend 20 minutes writing a cover letter begging a company to pay you minimum wage while the bills pile up. I mean, it's one banana, you, TopStockJock. What could it cost? $10? Hey now, be nice to her. Step 1. Get your name on her will. Step 2. Step 3. Enjoy inheritance. It's as honest as any other rich person got their wealth. I'd say, if a rich step-aunt gave me a cash injection of $10,000 a month I'd happy to change careers. But I simply can't afford that as I have bills that must be paid. I know you grew up privileged and have never had to struggle. But believe me, not everyone is born into wealth. Some have to do this thing called work for success and it takes time and there is a good chance many won't ever get there. I know it's hard to understand. So let's leave it at that. It's as if rich people are completely baffled by the concept of not having enough money. Sometimes I think boomers are literally incapable of rational critical thought but just dimly hunt through their memory for whatever memorized catchphrase was drummed into their heads in school and regurgitate that. It's all those avocado toast and fancy coffees, I tell ya! Exclamation mark. Have you ever considered just making more money? That was the genius advice my dad offered me earlier today. This is what I say to relatives, in-laws when I'm trying to enjoy my time away from work in a holiday. I don't talk about that stuff. I'm sorry. You can only cut back so much. It's worth it to get a cheaper internet plan and such, but if you already cut back as much as you can and you're still struggling, there isn't anything else you can do. I don't know what's hard about that to understand. Pretty sure back on her day people used to be able to live off a bank teller wage. I'd probably just unsheath my, okay boomer, at that point. Not all boomers are like this. I promise. I am one. And I'm struggling just like everyone else. I have no idea if I will ever be able to stop working. There are plenty of us out there, too. How much could your student loan payment possible be? $50 per mo? When I went to school it costs $3,000 for 4 years total. Oh, here's a nickel for your subway fare home. Your aunt probably It reminds me of a Downton Abbey line. What is a weekend? Spend less on candles. Well, for what it's worth, the 3 millionaires I know personally were all extraordinarily poor at one point as they developed their businesses. One built himself from zero and just sold his company for $50 million. He struggled mightily for years. It's not for most people, for sure, but it's possible. As for the op, I see where he's coming from and don't disagree. We have a crisis because you young people aren't having enough kids to keep funding social security. Kill me. Her. I dunno, sometimes it's still worth the struggle. I guess that means it sometimes isn't. Too. I feel for you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.